I do that, I've got to show you something that has absolutely nothing to do with any of this stuff. I'm going to show you the view out my front window today. This is like the best postcard picture you've ever seen. You have to look in my little square. Hopefully this works. Did you see it? It is like a picture of Pikes Peak and the Air Force Academy.
Ooh.
I don't think it came out very well in that little square. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Boring computer stuff. Okay.
Are you in Colorado Springs?
Monument, actually, but, you know, Monument's right north of Colorado Springs, and the Air Force Academy is right north of Colorado Springs. So, yeah, pretty close. Okay, so here's our screen. We did a Harry Potter theme. Okay, so this is just our splash screen. Welcome to Grace Potter. We also have a products where you can view all of the products that we have on here. Just, you know, a layout like that, or you can sort by items. So here's our broomsticks. You can also click on one of these items and go to the individual product page. So here's the Firebolt. We've got a couple of customer reviews here from Harry and Draco. And then Amram put this really nice star theme in there. I'll show you the cart real quick. You can see that it's empty. So we're going to go and buy one of those Firebolts, add to the cart. And you need to go to the cart, and you can see that it's there. In fact, let's get 5 of them. Okay. And then what else? We'll look at the wands. Here you can buy Ron Weasley's first wand. It's a little bit broken, but you know, it'll do. Back to the cart. And then when we're ready to check out, we can fill in, you know, whatever. And then I can fill it all in, but I don't want to sit here and make you wait through that. We can also decide at this moment, I think, does this work, guys? I can like delete the Firebolt. Cool. And then we can place our order.
I think you have to fill out the email address.
All right, I was going to say, something ain't right. But last time I filled all this out. Lawrence.edu. Okay, places the order, sends it down to the back end. And that's about it. There's a few things that we didn't get to here. Like, for instance, you can't add user reviews. You can just view the ones that are already in the system. And we didn't get to the whole different types of users thing. So we have an individual user. Actually, I don't think our login even works. So here's Harry Potter's information. When I log in, it doesn't seem to do anything. So we didn't really even get that part done, let alone the admin user. So we don't really differentiate between an authenticated user and a non-authenticated user. And that's about it. So I will hand it over to Amram, who is going to talk about proudest feature.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So I guess one of the proudest feature parts of the code, I guess, is the place order function. That's a class method that we have on the order model. So for the order, we needed to get all the products from the front end and check all the check the prices of them from the database, because we don't want the front end user being able to set the price. So we need to get all those products, and then store the order in the database and then store each of its products in the join table. So actually spent a lot of time on this route, and Omri helped us out with this eager create. So I'll walk through the code a little bit. On line 36, basically we have, we're mapping over all the items that we get back from the front end, which includes like everything about the item, like the name and the quantity. And we're just getting the, like over here, this function, get item, price, and quantity. We're looking up the item in the database. And we're just sending back an object that has only the product ID, the quantity, and the price, because that's all we need for storing the product. We don't need all that other stuff. After that, we have a function called calculate total price, which takes the item, multiplies the price by the quantity, and then returns the original item object and a total price key added to that object. Then we go ahead and we store the order with that eager create, which is right over here. We include the order products model. So we include like an entry from the joint we create an entry to the joint table while we create the order. And so then that's a very clean way of just creating the order together with its products in just one query. In order to do this, we had to add another association over here, because originally we only had order has many order products for the join table. Now, in order to do that eager create, we actually had to add another association of no, I'm sorry. The first association we had was just order belongs to many products and order belongs to user. That created the join table. Then we had to go ahead and in order to do that eager create, we had to add another association of order has many order products. And so that we can directly add rows to the joint table when we create the order. So I thought that was cool. Another sort of cool function we had over here is here we have a nested eager load. So when we get when we go to a single product page, we want to load the reviews on that product, and under each review it says like by who, like we want to get the user who posted this review. So we need to get the product, need to get its reviews, and we need to get the user associated with each review. So basically we do an include, which basically finds the product, includes the reviews, and includes the user of the review, meaning the reviewer. So I had never used a nested eager loading before, and I think it's pretty cool. As far as, I don't think we planned on talking about do-overs, so I just want to throw that in there. I think we might have spent more time just on the design, on the UI design, because that's ultimately what the users see, and ours is like pretty plain. So I probably would have put more effort into, designing it a little nicer. But I think the code is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about, I guess, under construction and our best tests. I'm just going to share my screen. If you want to stop sharing, Emma. Yeah. So I guess for under construction, so we have a couple different things that kind of required a lot of work, and I guess mainly for login and the user, I guess, admin kind of feature we should have implemented. But in terms of things that we actually got around to do and actually requires some work, would probably be like the checkout page. And so the checkout page actually just essentially is, you go to checkout, it looks like this. So it's actually very similar to the cart page. And so I think something that could probably use some work is maybe to modularize this code a little bit. And so I'm essentially copying it over from the cart and reusing a lot of it. And so I think that could kind of get fixed. And also in terms of handling orders, it kind of doesn't do anything. It just places an order and directly, I guess, adds it to the database. But it'd be nice to maybe do some validation on the server side and kind of have it either check if the quantities are available or maybe if the products are actually like valid, and I guess validate on the client side also in terms of entering, I guess, your form data and things like that. But in general, I think that's probably what needs the most work out of the things that actually work. And then I guess for the test, we really only have 2 tests. So by default, it's technically our best test. So I guess categories test would probably be our best test. So it kind of does some creating before each, where you kind of seed the test database with some data. And all it does is really just test the routes and kind of verify that everything's working. But it actually works pretty well in terms of handling the relationships. That kind of we needed some work because I think with bulk create, if you want to create a lot of data, it doesn't actually give you the association methods. At least I found it didn't. So I kind of did it like specifically using the join table. But other than that, it works pretty well. And yeah, so that's our test. And then I guess Amy, if you want to talk about, I guess, doing over. Yeah.
Well, I think, as you know, I think maybe the last 2 groups said, we definitely could have embraced the test driven development a little bit better and, created more tests as we went along. I think we were a little bit intimidated trying to understand how the test infrastructure works. And that was probably true of the passport stuff too. So, I think it probably would have been beneficial for us to spend some more time understanding those things and getting them to work. But there was more stuff that we could do than we could get done in the amount of time. So we focused elsewhere. And I think that's all we got, right, guys? All right, that's it.